What's happening YouTube? It's more motivation, reactions, back with another video. So I'm about to react to a video that all guys need to see by King Keto, Big Brandon Carter. Make sure to link this video in my description so I can go to the original video. But there's an epidemic going on with Me Too cases. Okay? It seems like the more successful you are as a guy, the more you'll be targeted. Therefore, this means you have to be even more careful. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to click the video. We'll get into it. He'll speak. I'll pull up an article from New York Times. I believe the article is updated onto 2018, but it's more so to give you the perspective on so many people with targets on their back. And even though some of them could be true, a lot of them could be false, it still destroys opportunities. Okay, so you have to watch this video. You have no choice. Anyways, let's get into this. Especially if you're a man. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Going on. There's a lot of mostly ballers who seem to be under attack. For example, the homie Brian Johnson. You know the guy. He's like a vampire. He's trying to live forever, and he makes YouTube videos about shit he's doing so he can live long. He posted this video about how his ex-fiance is suing him for $9 million. So she did sue.
Why do you need to sue someone for that much? Why? Like, if you're not interested in the person anymore, move on. Move on. Why is everything about getting financial gain? If he actually did those things, that's one thing. Okay, fair enough. But why does it seem like these are just popping up out of nowhere now? Why? I don't understand. This guy's reputation and rule forever, even if it's false. And that was like 4 days ago. From the time reacting to this, it would probably be like a week ago that he made the video. That's messed up.
So he won. You should watch the video. He posted this the other day. And basically, he was engaged to this chick. They broke up. He thought everything was amicable. Then she sends a letter from her lawyer saying that, he did all this crazy shit to her, all this abuse, all these really vile
Man, some of these women, man, are evil. Evil people. Evil people. And the funny thing is, they make men to be these creatures that are predators, that are insensitive. Everything in the book. Everything in the book. And God forbid if you're not white, that's another factor. I'm not even saying like it's the same for all groups of men. God forbid if you're not white. That's another factor. So you have to be even more careful if you're not of the fair descent, I'll just say. Every move, every action, people you interact with. Yo. Like, if you're miserable is one thing, but push out false allegations on somebody and ruin someone's life, what kind of person do you have to be? What kind of conscience don't you not have to be able to go that far? That's how evil some are.
Disgusting things to her, and she's going to tell everybody unless he gets her $9 million. $9 million. Now, here's the thing. Diddy had a similar situation. P. Diddy, friend of the show. What he did is what most people do. He just settled really quick, right?
It's crazy. And the thing is, you don't even know if any of these are true or false, right? And even if it is false, it ends up being false. The person's reputation is tarnished forever. Prime example, Kobe Bryant. He dealt with this too, Colorado. Since that incident, it tarnished his career in a way. He's the most disrespected top 10 player of all time. He was snubbed of many MVP opportunities. Even though the people were clapping for him last season as he was leaving the game, they were doing that because they knew how great it was. But in many discussions, when it comes to him being great, the MVPs, certain accolades he could have gotten in his career, this thing right here tarnished it in a way. It tarnished his name forever from an allegation. From an allegation. And many people deal with this. Many. And I'm not saying it's only successful people, but it could be you probably know someone that dealt with it. I had a client that dealt with this, and he's still fighting for it. Evil, evil shit. Evil shit. I cannot hold back. It's one thing if it's true. It's another thing if it's not true. And nowadays you don't even know. You don't know. You don't know. How do you battle this? How do you battle this as a guy if you know that you work so hard to get to a certain position and some miserable chick that you decide to have activities with is gonna say that you did a bunch of things to her to take your money? It's messed up. It's messed up. That's the kind of world we're living now. You just have to be aware. If you're here in this video right now, do yourself the due diligence and share this to somebody. This is a crisis. This is a crisis. I took myself out of the dating market just to focus on what's important. Because now I'm not in a position to force anything. Everything will happen organically. Because you're just a target. You're just a target. Right? I don't want to make you feel paranoid or anything like that, but you just have to be careful. You really have to be careful. And having good people skills, being intuitive, learning how to read people is even more important now than ever. Like, like oh my god, I feel bad in a way. That's all these guys have to deal with this. I don't obviously for the ones that actually do those things, but we don't know. We don't know.
Super easy thing to do is just settle. You don't have to worry about it. But Brian, our hero, Brian, he said, you know what? No, I'm going to fight this because I think it's injustice and it's not true. And settling, even though you can say it's not an admission of guilt, in the realm of public perception, it's perceived as admission of guilt.
Yeah.
Because people are saying that Diddy must be guilty because he settled. But what you don't understand is a lot of people will just settle these things because it's easier, right? They don't have to deal with the legal fees. They don't have to deal with the time. You know, Diddy's a billionaire, so who knows? I'm not saying he's guilty or innocent. I don't know what happened.
Man, we don't even know. We don't know. We don't know. And so many of them deal with it. And it goes to show. And it goes to show, like, even the high value message, right? The dumb message. Oh, be rich, be 6 foot, be basically the satanic 666. Okay? Okay, you get to a certain point. All right, you're financially fit and all that stuff. If you're not doing it for yourself, you're bound to be one of these people dealing with this. Because you're just going to attract parasites. Know what I mean? Self-improvement, financial improvement, all-around improvement, it should be for yourself. And it shouldn't get to the point you're showcasing too much to the point you're a target. Because these women, in a way, they are smart in a devious way. They can spot a trick from a mile away. And honestly, this is what I have against tricking. It makes you an easy target. It makes you an easy target. Sometimes it's better to conceal your intentions. Sometimes it's better. You don't see Bill Gates wearing a bunch of jewelry, watches, all that stuff, but he's more rich than most people. Know what I mean? I'm not saying don't have style, don't groom yourself, put yourself together, but there's levels. There's levels. Sometimes you need to conceal what you're doing so that the ones that come around you are authentic, not around you because of the opportunities they may have. And that's the thing. A lot of people of you are opportunities. Do the self improvement for yourself, not for the validation of others. We all want validation, I know. But if that's your sore aim, you will be a target. You will.
Happen. I just know somebody's lying. It's either her or it's him. And the truth is, I don't know. And that's okay. It's okay to say you don't know. I hope he didn't do it because that means that nobody got molested or abused, right? So that's why I hope he didn't do it. However, our hero Brian was like, nah, I'm gonna take this to court. You gonna have to beat me for this money legally. He got his lawyers together in 2 years of litigation. See, that's another thing. A lot of people are just
2 years?
settle because they don't want to deal with 2 years of litigation. Even if it's fake, it's just if you got the bread, it's just like, all right, you know what? I don't want to deal with this. I definitely don't want this out in the public, because just the accusation is enough to damage someone's career. Just the accusation.
And I spoke about that with the Kobe Bryant thing. I think this is why it's so disrespected. That's why. I saw how they were like so praising him and like all the stuff before the allegations, all the stuff before, and around that time too, the Shaq and Kobe thing was even like, oh, this happened, so he's a selfish guy. Like all that stuff came at the same time because of the allegations. That ruins someone's image. That kind of thing ruins someone's image. If you're accused of something like sexual abuse, misconduct, it's gonna tarnish your whole image. This kind of thing happens in the military a lot. I know several people that dealt with this. I had a client that dealt with this, and it wasn't true. But the image and perception is it's ruined forever, even if it's false. So this is serious. This is serious.
It's enough to get someone canceled. Just the accusation is enough to really damage somebody's life, reputation. Our hero Brian said, I gotta fight it. So he fought it for 2 years. Can you imagine? Your ex-fiance is telling
One of my clients that it was my client for about like 5 months. Still fighting this. Still. This was January. When did I have my client? January 23rd, 2023. So the day I'm recording this video, December 26th, 2023. This is how he's still fighting it. And the funny thing is, on one of our calls, okay, our check-in calls. I have a check-in call once, a week with my clients to make sure that they're doing everything that they're doing. If you're interested in online coaching, links are in my description. If you want to sign up for a free consultation, we can definitely do that. Anyways, on one of our coaching calls, I see the ex-wife with him, laughing, all that good stuff, with him laughing. And this is the same one accusing him for all the things he's doing. He did all the things he did. I was seeing her on the call too, smiling, laughing. How evil? How evil do you have to be to do that? You cannot make this up. And I saw a number of times, and I'm not putting names on anybody. Okay, it's totally anonymous. But I saw her on multiple calls, smiling, laughing, giggling. The same one accusing him for all these things. Tell me that it's not evil. Tell me that it's not evil. Goodness, man. I don't know how people can bring themselves to ruin someone else's life, especially if the thing is not true. Only for what? For money? Money is really everything. At some point, the dollar, the pesos, the francs, all the different currencies will change at some point. What now? What then? Don't lose your humanity for materials. Materials are replaceable. But a soul, a person, no. No, you cannot replace what you have there. Money, a phone, a watch. Some of you value that more than human beings. Some of you are willing to destroy a person just to have paper. That's right, paper.
You saying all this crazy stuff about you for 2 years, man. At the end, Brian won. The judge threw it out and charged their lawyers money. Their lawyers got fined for bringing it because it just seemed so fake, right? They could just tell it was bullshit. The lawyers got fined by the judge, and she had to pay his legal fees. She had to pay his legal, so he got money he got reimbursed, but he didn't get reimbursed for his time. He didn't get reimbursed for his anguish. He didn't get reimbursed for the embarrassment because, like,
And his reputation ruined, and that's the thing. That's the thing. So if you're the type of people too, where someone's accused for something and it's false, and you're still making jokes about the person being a rapist and all that, you're a clown. You're a clown. Because you know that people are accused every time for things that are not true. People face jail time, embarrassment, ridicule, lots of opportunities, lots of employment, lots of many things. And you're gonna go ahead and still make stupid jokes. You're a clown. Like if I'm with you and you do like near me, I'll slap you. I'll give you a slap right across the face. That kind of stuff is insensitive, and I cannot play those kind of jokes because people lose their life basically. And if you go to prison and you're accused for that kind of thing, they'll beat you up more there. They'll beat you up more there. So you'll suffer on your way to prison, in prison, and out of prison.
News outlets came out with this story and they started talking about him,
And
saying,
I do not defend any kind of abuse. I don't defend it. In the same light, I don't defend accusing people for things that aren't true. It happened to me at work. The lady I was working with called the manager were crying. Daryl did all this, he did this, he did that. It wasn't even true. And the thing that hurt me the most is the manager that worked with me for 3 years. I showed up to the shop 8 to 4 every single day after working at the gym in the morning from 5 to about 8, go to the shop, open it, work for him for 2 to 3 years. He didn't even bat an eye. So imagine for these athletes. So somebody that knew me didn't even bat an eye. He didn't fire me, obviously, but from that day on, I was looking elsewhere because somebody that knew me didn't even question if it was true or false. That's how powerful it is. That's how I can ruin someone. So I'm not speaking because it happened to me before. It almost happened to me before for something that wasn't true. Luckily, it was just between like the staff, right? That we like. But imagine if it went out in the entire city, but stuff that's not true. And this is someone that minds their own business. I'm to myself. I do my own thing. I go to work. I leave work. That's it. I'm not there to make friends. I'm not there to try to, you know, have people like me. I even minding your own business, doing your own thing, staying in your own lane, in your own box, in your own world, you still can be accused for things that you didn't do. Imagine. Happened to me twice. Twice. This is also another reason why I want to work for myself. People just are jealous. They want to find ways to ruin your life. Men, women, like, be careful out here. This is like this message really hit home. People will come around you, learn things about you, find out your strengths, your weaknesses, and when your guard is down, they'll stab you in the back. I don't mean to sound negative, but you just have to have awareness. You cannot run out here blindly. Don't. You have to be careful, especially as a man.
And he was super foul and he was doing all these things. And for 2 years, he had to deal with that until he was, eventually vindicated. But he had to deal with that. You get what I'm saying? Just the accusation is enough. And this wasn't like just some hoe he met one night. He was engaged to this woman. That's what I'm trying to say. Listen to me good. I'm not saying there aren't evil men out there who are doing awful things. And I hope they all get punished. Nobody's condoning the activities that any of these men are accused of. For example, if you go to jail for some of this stuff, the prisoners fuck you up, right? If you go to jail for like doing something to women or something like that, the prisoners fuck you up for that shit. The worst among us will whip your ass and or kill you for that shit. Nobody's trying to say that you should be able to get away with some of the stuff that these men are accused of. If somebody's really doing this, they should be punished.
Yeah.
There seems to be a whole economy based off extorting men with money with accusations.
Crazy, man. And people are still acting ignorant towards. People are still making stupid jokes, calling people rapists and wanted rapists. Ridiculing someone that was accused. Ridiculing a victim that was accused. I know 2 people in the military that got accused. 2. I don't know if it's true or false, but I know a couple of, and it's funny, it all seems to be people in higher positions. They all did it. All of them did it. If you know 10 people that are accused, all of them did it. Let's not be naive. Let's not be naive. For me, man, when it comes to dating as well, if I see one sign of no interest, cut it off. Because people know how to act in the moment, all that stuff. If I see one thing, cut it off. I don't play with that. I've dealt with it too many times. And I can say in my situations there were close calls that could have really ruined my reputation. I cannot have that. And the funny thing is, I'm not like where I'm not where I want to be yet. That's the funny thing. I'm on the way. I'm not where I want to be yet. Protect yourself first.
For example, let's bring up a number. You might have heard of Trevor Brewer. He was suspended from Major League Baseball for 194 games, which cost him $37 million. And he was about to get a $200 million deal just because of accusations. Now, I think this is still in litigation, but he didn't settle. He said, you know what, I'm going to fight this, even though it's fucking painful. And then, man, when they had the discovery that something that happens in court, they got her text messages. And here's a video of him reading off the text message from his accuser.
Next victim, star pitcher for the Dodgers. The text Lindsey Hill sent to.
I hope this lady rots in hell. Seriously. I hope she rots. Do you see that? Next victim. Star baseball player. Next victim? So how many victims do you have? I hope you rot in hell. Anybody that is willing to ruin someone else's life for financial gain, I hope you rot. This is not me. Oh, be respectful, bro. A lot of people don't deserve it. This kind of my pet peeve. Someone out there to ruin someone's life. I can't stand it, folks. I can't.
To a friend before she.
For you people that can, you're better than me. I can't.
Never even met.
Yo, she sent that. She calling him a victim. The next victim, meaning implying that this is something she does. Next victim.
This shit pisses me off.
Boom.
What should I steal? She asked another in reference to visiting my house for the first time. The answer? Take his money. So how might that work? I'm going to his house Wednesday, she said. I already have my hooks in.
That's what I'm saying.
I just need to calm down.
Saying, man, like this was a planned. This whole thing was planned. It was premeditated. It's like really evil.
You know how I roll. Then after the first time we met, net worth is 51 mil, she said. Bitch, you better secure the bag, was the response. But how was she going to do that? Need daddy to choke me out, she said, being an absolute whore to try to get.
And that's the funny thing too. These women and when it comes to sexual activities, right? The stuff you see, from corn. Don't do that stuff. Just don't, because you'll be used against. You'll be used against you. It'll be used against you. It'll be used against you. I don't care about being good in bed. I don't care about all that stuff. I really don't. Like pulling the hair, all like I don't care. I don't care about all that stuff. Look at this. Look at this. And it's valid. You can actually it's evil. You can actually use that. He choked me. You can use that. You can use that. What evil people, man. This kind of people walk around the earth. This kind of people walk around the earth, and some of you really think about Disney. People like this walk around, and you think about Disney.
Get in on his 51 million.
I'm just saying, man, we dealing with there's some apex predators out here, man.
Then, after the second time we met, former
And men are predators. Men are predators, apparently. If I know a girl and she has one friend that thinks like that, we're done. We're done. If she watch one video about Chicago, we're done. My tolerance for this kind of BS is low. I don't care. Like this kind of mindset is evil. Evil. Goodness gracious.
Padres pitcher Jacob Nix told her, "You got to get this bag. I'll give you 50,000." Lindsay replied, "Do you feel a tiny bit guilty?" "Not really," she replied.
Man. Let me collect myself. Let me collect myself. But this is a reaction, so you have to see the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Since then, her legal team has approached me multiple times about coming to a financial settlement.
That's the thing. That's this whole thing. This whole economy. They threaten you with these accusations, and then they want to get a settlement. There's a whole economy based off this, where women are threatening guys, getting lawyers involved, and just threatening with accusations, saying, "Hey, man, we can make this whole thing go away with a settlement." Some people settle. Did he settle? I don't know what he did or he didn't, but I do know that there are people out here who are really lying in order to try to take advantage of these men and for financial gain.
But as I've done since day one, I refuse to pay her even a single cent.
My man, hero shit. Now it still cost him.
Man, props to that guy though. It's just too much to deal with, man. And I'm saying props to him because he didn't settle. He fought it, but the process of doing that and your name being tarnished, your reputation, your opportunities, man, you have to have some sort of compassion for the people being accused. Like if you don't, you're not human. You're not human. And apparently, because I'm a guy and I'm okay, I'm not gonna say that. Because I'm a man, I'm insensitive and all those things that want to label you. Whatever, man. Whatever. Oh, you people are a bunch of clowns. You're a bunch of clowns. People that kind of mindset, you're a clown. You may as well just have a certification that says your name and clown and put it in your fridge. You're a clown if you think like that. You really are.
Him a lot of money. Even though he refused to pay her, he still lost like 30-something million dollars, and he lost the $200 million deal that was on the table. $200 million deal.
In August of 2021, Lindsay Hill's claims were heard in court. And during those legal proceedings, critical information was deliberately and unlawfully concealed from me and my legal team. Information like this video, which was taken by Lindsay Hill herself the morning after she claimed she was brutally attacked.
Come on, man. She said she was.
This is reminding me of the what's her name, the Zion Williamson thing, and his I don't know who was dealing with, but this lady also was trying to say he was doing stuff to her. She I think she went in a live and she tried to cry. People could tell it was fake, but Zion almost had to deal with this. It was like I think 3 months ago. This thing seems to be happening every other day now. Every other day.
She was attacked, but she's taking videos of her sleeping, chilling, you know?
Emotionally traumatized
Yeah, does that look like the person who was just emotionally traumatized and brutally attacked by a man?
and desperate to get away from me. Now we have the metadata, so there can be no dispute. It was taken mere minutes before she left my house on the morning of May 16th, 2021.
Goodness. And honestly, as a guy, you need surveillance. You need surveillance. You need surveillance. You need surveillance. Like how do you avoid this? How do you avoid this? You need surveillance. Anyway, I'm gonna stop here because I watched too much of this video. I'll Let's take a look at this article that I have. This is not really up to date. It's up to date until 2018 February, okay, 8th. This is like 71 men that were accused of misconduct and fall and their fall from power, basically. This is a list of a bunch of them. Now, I don't know how true or false any of these are, but that's just like a few accused. So we're gonna end the video here, but this is just for you to be extremely careful. Okay, know who you're around. Don't reveal too much about yourself. Have surveillance. Just be careful. Okay, this seems to be a crisis, and as a man more than ever, these kinds of videos I hope is giving you awareness. I'm just lost for words. I'm lost for words. Anyways, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, stay tuned for more reaction videos. So much more to come this year. Happy New Year, by the way, folks. Have a blessed rest of your day. God bless.